Hello, I'm back to play some Game Jam games. Not that many this time around for Mini Jam 207 Primal. Just 59 entries. When I looked a minute ago, it was 60. Somehow we dropped one, and maybe there's going to be more. But past the submission, which is okay as long as you worked on it, as long as you got something done, it's always a good day. And we're going to look at, if you don't know what game jams are, for and for a reason you're watching this video, there's a billion other ones that will explain it better than I will, but in summary, it's if you don't have anything better to do over the weekend and you're crazy. But really, it's when you want to make a game, and the only way to do it is if you're imposed a really hard condition like make the game in 72 hours long. Game development jam. Basically, make it over the weekend. Works for me. I tried to finish them. I successfully done so half the time so far, so not that bad. There's usually a theme. So in this case, the theme was Primal, which you don't really have to incorporate. It's more to kind of keep everything concisely, thematically, narratively together. And then there's a limitation, which is revealed on the day of the start of the jam. And this time around has been Become the Villain. I really liked both of these together. I think it was a good combo. So I'm kind of sad that I don't see a lot of entries. Anyway, for ratings, for once, I can rate it. So I'll try to rate it by enjoyment, concept, presentation, and use of limitation. I have about 35 games. I don't think I can go through all of them. Usually it takes me 2 hours to go through 20-ish, so that would be difficult. But we'll try to do our best here. Selfishly, I will start with my own game, which I'll try to do a postmortem on it or like a devlog because I think there's a lot I've learned this jam, and usually you should learn a lot. Um, so I think I'll do that instead of talking about it at length. But uh, basically, the idea here for me was Primal, not in the sense of old ancient times, but more in Primal, the primary, the first, which is the original meaning of the word. So I've looked at the evil itself and how it is vilified by the history, and I thought about it that the heroes always need the evil to be the heroes. And kind of your job as the villain or the evil is to make the journey as difficult as possible for the hero. And if you do that, you will become important as the evil because it was so hard to defeat you. And for the hero, it will become important as well because they are going through this long journey to reach you as the evil and defeat you. So while the hero will always defeat the evil, it is really the evil's job to make it as long of a process as possible, and it becomes this arduous journey, right? Or arduous. So that's the premise of the game I made. Tons of things I would improve as it tends to go, but I'll play a little bit of it right now. journey, right? Just like any story, the more diverse, the more things that happened, the more interesting it is. Um, and I don't really get into that in the write up at the end, where I just kind of give you like a total score and really make it important for you to understand that like the variety is important. Um, I've spent like an hour of development time on thought, which I think is even more interesting for so that you could have like let's see. Yeah, I think I'll just do a write up. I don't want to spend too much time on this. Hey, Keen, Marcus, Lucas, haven't heard you again in quite a while. How's it going? You already thought of it. I definitely did not think of it. So happy for any feedback you guys might have because currently I'm rated at zero. Oh no. All right, let's start playing some other people's games. So I'll try not to forget doing this. This is from before. Oh no, I want to do it not like this. I want to do it this way. All right, perfect. So close my own game and let's start playing. Perfidious. Perfidious? I never know how to pronounce that, but we'll maybe hear it. Betray your tribe by calling onto demons. Love it already. Good old gang. Let me grab this before it loads. Because I always forget. Oh, that's a great opening. Good job. No music. Hope maybe we'll get some. Press any key to start like this arcade kind of a version. It's a great opening screen. Z to blow horn. More demon. Kill clan. Good. Avoid demon. Avoid tribe side. Live. Okay. I think I get it. How do I start the game though? So I would have expected to press Z at this point, but I guess it's enter. Yes. Okay. Um, okay. I don't quite know what's happening. Let me try again. Blow horn, more demon, kill clan. Good. Avoid demon, avoid tribe. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. My bad. So I'm actually trying to be avoidant of them and call in demons. Got it. And they kill. Okay, I'm a Satanist or something. Right. They're after me. Game over. Okay. All right. I'll try to keep this fast. So I love the presentation. Missing music. I think music so often overlooked because people want to do it. Just go to free sound. That's what I do. Take an hour. Like budget the hour. It adds like this much more than adding one more feature, than adding an extra little graphics. If you're doing the graphics, just learn how to create the experience with the music and sound as well. It might not be something you're comfortable with, but that's what the game gyms are for, right? So it really, really adds so much. Here, um, just the feedback from the demons being summoned and entering would be like, an ominous sound would be really good. So, you go to freesound.org and we might get like ominous, can be very like on the nose, right? More aliens, obviously, but or whatever like whatever you can find out there and just credit them in the game or inside here in your description. Apart from that, it was kind of hard to see if I'm like I thought I need to be avoiding the light, but it doesn't seem like it. So I'm off-putting. Okay, so I can be seen doing the thing. Suspicious. Got it. And now they like caught me. Okay. Yeah. Anytime you're doing like a very not like when the light has is bleeding or it's very soft shadow or soft light, it's really hard to know when I'm being seen or not. So highlighting the player's character or having some sort of other indication really helps. Um, those would be my like comments on this. I already copied it, and let's keep moving. So, enjoyment, good. Concept is kind of like okay. Presentation, pretty great. Use of limitation. Become the villain. You are becoming the villain. There we go. I say five for something that I feel like is gonna be like out there and really, really great, but we will see about that. Okay, let's see about this AI cover image game. Go again. The forest doesn't forgive, it only feeds. In Primal Hunt, you are the apex predator. Embark on a visceral journey through a dark, pixelated. Go hunt. What's my goal? Like, I already filled up the meter, right? Is there like a win condition? Or I just lose? Oh no. Okay. See how it looks like we're losing. Died from hunger. Okay. Well, um, if there is a more of a goal to this game, it's usually a good idea to put it in the description. It's the easiest, cheapest way to do it, just to be sure that the player goes through it. Um, there is a loop, I guess, from start to failure. Um, I don't know if I'm supposed to go right to left because that's how you placed me at the start. It's a little off because usually in games you start middle facing right, but it might be depending on the country you're in, how many primary counts, so maybe it should be reversed. Art itself looks good. Probably AI generated, right? Like it kind of gives that feel vibe. If it isn't, apologies. It's hard to tell. I repeat this. I'm a proponent of GMs using AI art. I don't give a crap about that. I think if it can save you time, if it makes the game, great. That's what it's made for. If you have an artist on hand, employ them, make them work with you. That's much better. I think they can deliver something easier, and with the tools themselves, they can make the components more effective. So I think it's a good idea. As far as like the gameplay goes, not quite sure if it's that entertaining. It's kind of like you go from was very like conceptually. They you go and kill things and you feed on hunger. Like I've seen this a million times before. Presentation is three, not because it's AI art, but because the ground itself and kind of the overall vibe was just very generic, and that's what you're gonna get with a lot of AI use if it is AI. If it isn't, it still feels like three, right? So all the same. And use of the limitation, become the villain. You know, not really. Like I think if you would have chosen like the bunny to become the villain, that would have been more interesting and more towards how you become a villain. The predator being a predator, I understand, but that doesn't really make it into something new and interesting. Um, I should comment on these. I keep forgetting commenting on these. I'll do that later, just so we don't spend time here, because we are already in Pico 8 game. Let's play bait for mini jam 207. Rig the dice against the players of the casino to win as much money from them as you can without running out of dice rolls. The end goal is to roll 10,000 points in a single roll of dice. Can you do it? Probably. Okay. That builds confidence. Explain controls, please. I don't remember Pico 8 controls. Last roll. Last roll. Round one. Uh, I have no cash. Okay. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I'll be honest. So I'll okay. You explained the game narratively, and you told me what the goal is. Good, but you didn't really explain the controls in a Pico 8 game. That's pretty crucial. Uh, so I rolled 20. I can see that I rolled 10 and then 5. And why is that 20? Round one, collect my $1. Yes. I have $1. I can get +1. Cool. Exit. 32, 61, 85. Round one, collect my $2. Get another die. Get more dice. Okay. I don't know what the +1 actually does. Game over, not enough points. Okay. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but all right. Uh, Enjoyment was too conceptually. There's nothing primal about it. Um, so I'm fitting in the primal into kind of concept presentation, both. So nothing really primal about it. Nothing. Uh, I've seen this game again 20 times before, right? You play dice and try to get points, and then you modify the dice, kind of Belantro, Grace. That's still happening with different games. So conceptually, I'll keep it at two. It doesn't offend me. One is like it offended me. Presentation, it's a Picoid game. Uh, there's nothing wrong with it. Use of limitation, you become the villain. Am I trying to? If I understood the game better, maybe I would have rated this higher. Um, you are the house. Everyone is at the house. So I think the limitation is supposed to be you doing you like removing the die from the game. I don't know. I'm really confused about what the game was. This seems fun. Moving on. Mine! Oh, I love this already. A little music finally. You're a starving caveman looking for some food. You see an outpost where other cavemen are sleeping. You take their food and run for it. This was made in 3 hours. Enjoy. Wow, that's a flex. Come on, Sam. Get it. You make fun games. Okay, I get it. Okay. It's hard. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Difficult. All right. This is great. Looks beautiful. Love the little art for it. Um, Sound is great. Gameplay is not necessarily new. It's taken from the games of the old era of Icy Tower. It reminds me of some reason for that. I think it's the frantic kind of minute decisioning you have to make. It's very enjoyable. Conceptually, it's there. Like it's about primal times, stealing food. Are you really a villain by stealing food? Kind of, I guess. But I think for me, becoming a villain is like you do really something evil or you do something that, you know, I don't think this narratively is as villainous. It would be villainous if you stole your own food from your own people. I guess you are doing that. So I'll eat my own words and give you the word here. Presentation is, you know what? This is a 5 presentation for a gem game. And a little logo. Great job. Cool. Moving on. Grizzly paw. Oh, you have not uploaded the game. I see. Someone missed their deadline here. You are not being played. I am being played. All right. Booga. Player commits atrocities. Let's play the game. Unity, what is that? Boo. Jump, look, C plus mouse, right stick. Oh, we'll see if I can play this. I'm just on my Mac here. Okay. That broke it. Just saying. We are gonna try to do it differently. Like so. There's food. It's precious food. Oh no. No happy food. Someone's taking inspiration from Primal by on Adult Swim. The music. Okay. Oh, that's a floaty jump. Okay. Oh. Can I collect bananas? Alright. So how do I get up? Oh, can I jump on their heads? Is that the goal here? Ouch, I'm gonna die. Nope, I died. What was the controls again? Jump, attack. I see. Alright, let's give it a fair try. Whoa, whoa. Cannot, cannot attack. I don't have my mouse on me. So. How did I double jump? I just double jumped somehow. Can I jump from them? Okay. Alright, we are gonna close this game. It is not very enjoyable, and the reasons are simple, and I think you know why, right? It does feel like someone who's made a platformer for the first time. Sorry if that sounds harsh, that's just how it feels. Maybe that's what it is. Hopefully, it's what it is. So, good try if you have. If it's not the first time, here's what feels off. Very floaty controls where I am on a dinosaur, and if there's a whole thing we can talk about platformers and how it should feel, but I think in this game, it just doesn't feel tight for what I want. If there's enemies coming at me, um, oops, phrasing, you want to have a precise control, right? So that's kind of where that should be in terms of controlling. And I think in Unity as well, it's kind of easy to set up these controls. And usually you want to use like templates or whatever to set up these basic controllers. So it feels disappointing to kind of be at this stage. And I think it's something that in game jams, I would push more people into just use templates, use whatever, and push that. Like, don't be like, oh, it's a game jam. I have to like write the whole code by myself and everything, and that's the only way to learn. I think there's a way to learn, not under pressure of a deadline, um, and it's more, um, it's just better because there you can just focus on. I just want my character to jump, and I don't need to worry about pushing it on time and creating assets for it and adhering to some theme. I think it's just much better use of time to sit down and be like, okay, I'm gonna learn how to make a proper jumping. The game jam itself is more about either finding people to work with. It's really good for that, which you have. You have, 3 people, so that's a good step. And then second, it's really good for is kind of getting the cohesive idea for building a thing, right? And then getting it out. So hopefully you've tried that and done that. But yeah, this for a platformer just feels kind of off. So um, conceptually, it, whatever. Yeah, it's I'm counting in like it's the primal theme in there. Presentation was okay. Um, a lot of little items. Everything looked, you know what, 3. It looked like what it was supposed to look like. And the user limitation, I don't know how you are really a villain. I know that at the start you have the nice intro. I love the intro, but it doesn't really seep into the game itself. Where I don't know, running around and killing your own people, they're just defending yourself. So narratively, it didn't really make much sense um, to be called a villain, I guess. All right, moving on, moving on, moving on. The cursed Godo Gang. Controls. No, don't do left mouse. Oh, that's cute. I like the little sign on the side. Oh, oh, things went sideways here. Oof. Yeah, Hannah old. Very, very old. Hannah need water. Much for water, please. What happened to the poor dog? No. That is funny. Okay. We're already drinking water. Water. More water. Blah. There you go, lady. May not get water. Helpful. Oof. Better go sleep again. Okay. I got short days in this village. Oh, I'm not doing well. I see, I see. That's a nice way of being a villain. Okay. Oh, he's dying, isn't he? Alright. I can't say I'm not really doing a villain unless I'm really doing it by design. Like, how would I know? You know? Here we go. Here's poisonous berries. For sure. Like throwing up or something. Okay, that's slim. Oof. Pretty plant. Alright. Oof. So the walking animation of this is kind of sad in a way. Alright. Oof. Is it oof or is it off? Okay. There's a lot of characters here. It's a pretty long game. Yeehaw. Ha, won't be helpful like off. Wood. Ha, need wood. Okay. I got wood for you. Wood. There you go, girl. What's she gonna build? What is she gonna build? Burned out. No. Is that it? Is there something I can do? Or it's just kind of that's what I'm not my Discord. Oh no. Oh, this is the cave. Community spirit. Good life. Mr. Happy. He's very alone. Very, very alone. Office. I will cry there. This will fall. Okay. Okay. All alone. Cool. Very cohesive. Uh, I'm gonna give it 5 because you made me chuckle a couple times. This is a great ease of limitation. I think the presentation was great too. Conceptual is just an adventure game, so but you kept the primal in there. I think this is getting up there uh in the scores. It was a great ride. Thanks so much. Moving on. Neanderthals. Is that a pun? Is that a pun? A prehistoric brawler discovering what you are truly capable of. Controls. Move with WSD. Aim with mouse. Shoot with left click. Use spacebar to pick up items. Okay. Good old gang. Sweetheart. Hopefully nothing bad happened. Alright. I couldn't stop them. Alright, let's rate this game. Enjoyment. You know what? I'll give you one for the plot, kind of intro phase. But otherwise, it was kind of eh. The gameplay, mechanically, there was nothing kind of done. Concept. I think the more I will play of these Primal being primitive times games, I will be harsher. That's just how it goes. The later you are, the harder it is for me to be objective. Um, yeah, it's a two because you, if you're making a game where you're saying it's a classic brawler, like Xbox 360 kind of era brawlers or Golden Axe era, it had all the pieces. It's just like a really big scope for a gem game, right? and there is three of you, it seems. I don't know if you've worked together before or this is the first game. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's the first game, but I've so I just finished rating it, right, and the I'm like conflicted on how to help with something like this because if you're making a game jam with a big scope, usually a very common problem, it's really hard to accommodate for the expectation of the genre. So either you should have a really, really good mechanics, already understand how to make them. So the combat needs to be like flawless, for a jam flawless, right? So the first 2 hours, your like combat system is already done, right? And you're just refining the little bits of it. Then it's gonna feel great. If it takes a day because you've never done it before, it's just gonna be very like what you have here, which is like, okay, I can press it, it does the thing, good, right? But it's not gonna feel good. It's not gonna be very enjoyable, and you're losing on trying new ideas, trying new concepts because you're just replicating existing ideas from other games. Um, and they're not interacting, these mechanics are not interacting in any way because you have so few of them, right? So you have an intro, which is great, it's part of the genre, and then you go, but mechanically you've spent your time budgeting it towards we need this intro, we need the art there, and then we don't have time to do anything else. Kind of felt like it, right? So on top of that, you don't really use anything like how are you a villain? Like you killed your wife, you're not being a villain. Um, maybe I couldn't progress, and that's where I see it. But um, sorry, that's why I played them on camera, so you kind of see what I've seen. Maybe it's just a bug. Anyway, always good to play a game, however short. It didn't offend me. Better next time. Unity, blech. Nice. It's a little nice little credit. Blythe has arrived. Let me zoom in this way because it's a Unity game. A blithe wraith loiters in solitude beneath the trees. Its hunger demands the rich natural energy of this forest. If bears only trying to do so with exploitation. Oh, that's a cute art. I probably should go here. Oh, daylight. Granite shoot. Kill Joel. Oh shit. It's a good boss. Yeah, try again. I have a lot of games to play. I'm gonna skip on playing more. It was very mid in terms of enjoyment. Conceptually, it was very primal, like a primal evil, same as I've done. I'll give you that. Presentation was, I think, well put together, sound as well. It felt a little too zoomed out for what the gameplay is. Um, so maybe it's more of a design decision, conceptual decision. You're a villain. I think it's the same as what I've done. It's kind of use of the limitation very well. Um, maybe I'm supposed to take this first. I've never seen that. I'm gonna say middle of the road kind of way of doing this. Um, I'm gonna carry on. How are we doing on time? We are on 48 minutes. So let me see what other games we have. Let's try this one. Human scientists are invading your home. Kill them. Also grab gems on your way for a higher score. You only have so long before you get bored, so do as much as you can in the time limit. Killing scientists and getting gems increases your time. Left click to dig. Directions where you will mine. W is malpractice mode tutorial. Use the mouse to dig. Okay. Attack enemies. Shift dash. Okay. Oh shit. I'm attacking. Can I kill him? Oh, I'm digging. Can I just hold it? I can just hold it. Cool. Oh, this looks good. What's this? I want all of this. So I think a lot of people don't understand the idea of becoming a villain. Like, if you are defending yourself, you're not a villain. If someone is invading your home, even if you're a mole or a rat or whatever, you're not gonna be evil, or defense is not a villainous thing, guys. It's like, villainous is being kind of evil by your choice. And I guess you can always be a pacifist, but sometimes you don't have a choice. All right, well, okay, I think I get it. Let's let's finish the time limit here. So I'm not gonna collect any more gems just because we've got games to play. Am I getting smaller? I'm crashing the game here. Primal, huh? Okay. Just to make sure I didn't. Yeah. Okay. Malpractice mole. Enjoyable. It was kind of a two, and conceptually, it's a two. Presentation is a three. Use of limitation is a one. So, enjoyment. Why did I enjoy it just 2 out of 5? Your core game loop is escape from a scientist, dig to increase your score, and collect gems to increase the time. When the time is out, you are done. Scientists have not been following me because their pathfinding broke immediately. Uh, because I've kind of just went one way. I didn't even try to escape them. So that's either balancing or it's just a bad design because you haven't thought about it how the scientist that's also very big is not following you with some super extra weapons to become a chase and you having a challenge in avoiding them. So I kind of just like around. It was very easy. Um, Conceptually, Primal, I guess something there. Don't know what. Um, but I like it conceptually as the idea of you're a mole and you're digging. But I've seen so many games with digging in the past 10 years, at least, maybe 20 at this point, that I'm kind of bored of digging games, right? Like from Minecraft to Terraria, and before that, there were games for digging. I don't think we need more games with digging in it for a while. Um, Presentation, I actually like the little 3D graphics. I think it was a highlight for me, and the very Gen Z-ish or Gen Alpha, I guess, at this point of presentation. It is appealing to me. It's very new. It's very like stylish in its own way. It's this retro 90s, early 2000s that is becoming popular, and I'm all in for it. So I think that works. In combination with the pixel art, it was interesting. I don't know if it necessarily worked, but it was interesting. And as I already commented, you're not villain for being defending for defending yourself. So I don't think you've achieved the limitation. Nevertheless, thank you for the game. Don't take the criticism too harshly. It's part of the game. It's part of being a game developer. Hopefully, it's helpful. If not, ignore it, skip over, make a bad comment about my video. Call me names. Um, I'm gonna skip over this one. This one sounded interesting. The mistake. I like games with atmosphere, so let's try to get into that one. 80. Yeah, the end. Okay. All right, guys, we need a restart button. Come on, give me a restart button. All right. I got stuck somehow. Well, I'm winning in this game. I love the presentation. I'll give you that. It's a really good, like, composition of the level, environment. Um, the little faces just flying around. I like when you're able to create minimal art and it actually conveys feeling and enough atmosphere for me to get into this world. I have a problem with that myself, so it's really good job right now. Just getting on my keyboard. All right, I apologize for this. Nice. I made a mistake and became a villain. Did I? Okay, I have no clue what happened, but cool. All right. Enjoyment was. I'm gonna give you for the atmosphere 3. Maybe that should be in the presentation as well. I think the presentation is good. The music was kind of shit. It's hard to combine the two, so I think you're nailed the visual part. You haven't gotten to the part with the music. Again, something I fully understand. It's really hard to pick a theme, especially in the time frame. Um, Concept, I don't really know what was the concept of the game. Just like a platformer, go there and then jump around. Uh, and becoming a villain. How did I become a villain? I still don't understand it. So, but the game turned out different. If I decide to avoid the keys, okay, I don't understand that. So that's what it is. All right, moving on. I think 6 people already played this one, so or rated this one. So I'll jump over Lifeblood. Time is blood. Let me do this. Abandon. What are you doing? I'm your friend. You're from killing us, demon folk. You're an angel of death. You need human blood to survive. I'm a child now. We call this exposition in when you make a movie, and it is not something you want to do so much. Okay, that's kind of cool art. Oh, you're doing the thing where it's like just a pixel. Am I getting hit or okay? Okay, so there's levels. Okay, yes. Or just stand there. Oh, there's a whole kinds of J J K R F. Why would you put it on those buttons? Just put it on WSD or like RTFG or something. Why would you put it there? Oh boy, left click, right click. Oh, I see what you do. Okay, you're left-handed this one. Got it. There's weapons. No, I did not realize. I don't understand the complete levels. Quit out of this. I'm gonna say this is actually pretty fun-ish. So here's the thing. It was enjoyable. I think the only thing that was missing was the feedback from the enemies' attacks into me and like their spells or fire, whatever was coming in. It was really hard to understand the impact. So basically, the reaction to their action. But other than that, like the controller of the character I had was pretty good. Um, the spells looked nice. I think the presentation was great. The music is my kind of music, so it was pretty decent. Um, conceptually, okay. It's a platformer. It felt like a platformer. You could jump. Um, how are you becoming a villain? I think there was some narrative that I kind of skipped through, but okay, I'll give you that one. Have fun with it. All right, rating safe. Thanks for the game. This one looked fun, so let me drink a little bit of water. before I continue. Ah, okay. How are we looking after I moved? Like so. All right. Good old gang. Play as a deity and judge your followers. Watch over your people from above, but watch closely. They sin and must be guided to the right path. Follow the precepts of your on your screen. Observe your followers and pass judgment. Fair judgment will strengthen the faith of your people, but be careful. Unfair judgment or inaction will make them doubt you. I don't have a mouse wheel. Right mouse, left mouse. Alright, we'll try to make it work without me getting up for a mouse. I'm just gonna say I'm very partial to God games. I love a good God game. I grew up playing God games, and we don't get any anymore because strategy games don't sell. Oh shit. Those who chop trees should be blessed. Is this blessing or? Oh, this is blessing. Who is chopping tree? Oh. Those who meditate should be. Oh, this is hard to control, huh? Who's meditating? Huh? I got you. Fair judgment. Yes. Okay, I swear I'm not an idiot. I'm on my MacBook, and it's really hard to do zoom ins on it. Okay. Shall be sick. Okay. Oh, you're gonna eat a berry, huh? Nope. Okay. Someone eat a berry. You're eating berries. Oh, you're gonna be sick now. You fuckers are eating berries. Okay, let me try doing like the bad stuff. I love the lighting. It's pretty good. It's a great effect. Feels nice. Came over. Okay. Um. Hmm. Sky Warden. I like the name too, even though it sounds like a card game. I've enjoyed this. As I said, I'm partial to this. Um, I think what you're doing really well is that you make the very, very tiny pixel art very work a lot for you, right? So it's very easy to create it in a way. It's cheap, right? And then you make that into the condition of how hard it is to find these people on the map and what they're doing because and narratively it makes sense because you're so far away, right? You're all the way up in the sky. So it's really hard to see the people as anything other than ants. And I always like that about God games, that it's very concise um, concept that people understand because it deals with scale and perspective that people have seen before. You know, you stand on top of the high tower and you're like, oh, look at all those puny people. And you also understand what a deity does wherever you are in the world. They have different powers, but this is kind of what they do. And I think you conveyed that well. You selected just three kind of options that you have to flip between. Would have liked some like one, two, three instead of right clicking and selecting it from a menu, but whatever. Um, yeah, it was enjoyable. Presentation, I loved the presentation actually. Um, I'm gonna give you five because just I'm just partial to this, and I want more people to make strategy games. I want more people to do games like God games. So whatever I can do for that, right? Conceptually, it's a God game. I think it achieves what it's trying to achieve. Um, be good, be bad. It was a little hard to communicate that, I think, but again, I had a good time, so I will actually follow you because I want to know more what you make in the game, in the future, not in the game. Moving on. Pretty fun game. All right, it's got enough. Line worker. Let's skip over that one. Rated by one person. We just played a game where you're kind of like a death. A literacy game. Let's play a word of literacy. Yeah, let's do that. Speak you can. Hey, hello. We're heading back to primitive life. In this game, we are the son of the leader of a barbarian tribe that's totally illiterate and ignorant. Yes, you don't know how to read, but you're going to make history, you moron. After the war we just won, we have to etch our names into the history in a glorious way. QEWEASDZXC for letters. Okay. I already like the idea of it. I never thought about it that you're a complete dummy, but you have to write a history that everyone will be repeating later. It's kind of a fun concept. Also, Godot Gang. Go Godot Gang. Last time we had like very few. It was a lot of Unity. Ooh, that's a great transition. Yep. That's a great song. Okay, that's not you. That's just WhatsApp crashing for some reason. Unsuccessful, probably. Great. Okay. So this is a Z. Success. Okay. Unsuccessful. Starts again. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna finish this game, but wait, what was the other? Oh, there is an actual guide, right? What parchment? Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for the whole time. more.
Zvul. Ro.
All right.
Ro.
Evil.
Alish. Sin. Zvul.
Oh, you fucked up. Oh,
Sin.
really? Um,
Ochra. Ochra. Deh. Krak. Zvul.
did I vote? I did not vote. Okay. I will end there. All right. I'm gonna say it was enjoyable, but as you saw me just trying to figure out what am I supposed to do, I didn't know that there's a parchment, even though I read the description of the game. Um, but the challenge suddenly became like, okay, well, it was fun until I didn't know what I'm doing and I was just trying to figure it out. But then I realized, okay, it's going to be a really long game, and I was about to quit. And then you just give me the clues right away, and that kind of broke the illusion of I'm an idiot that is just trying to read, and it's just badly written, and I'm just trying to decipher what's what. But it was kind of easy-ish, just a balance thing. But I think fundamentally you've changed the design by doing the parchment. So either unlocks over time would have been probably something I am looking into, or exploring the cave, or reaction of different people to it. Kind of, some of the characters can read some of the things. Um, Language games are always, always, always hard. Um, and I don't think they sell that well either. So it's like a lot of time spent on a puzzle game that not a lot of people want to play. So it's very, very, very niche market. So I don't know if I would continue working on this unless you really love it. Um, but I love the characters. I would have loved it as like a mini game in something, with somewhat of a refined mechanically, as I already mentioned, some of these things. So concept, nothing wrong, nothing bad. Presentation, I loved the presentation. I think I'll give you five for the song because the song was fun. Use of the limitation, I don't know how. Okay, so y limitation is not the theme, to be clear, right? And getting hit on the head when you make a mistake is not you becoming a villain. So you have not used the limitation. I'm sorry, I'm bumping you down for that, but that's them rules. Let's play this. This seems interesting at the very least. Gamerman123. I don't think I've ever seen a better name than that. All right, welcome to the Evil Wizard Tower Defense. I had the idea of making a game where you play as an evil wizard that doesn't want to give tax to the kingdom. That is a good fucking evil wizard, actually. This is the start menu. All right. Oh, oh, I like shoot. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. these guys are bigger. I see. Oh, oh, I did win. I did win. Hey, it is pretty cool. Um, let's rate it. Two. You know why? Um, it's one of those games where you barely manage to make it, right? So it's a good result for you, but you will start at the bottom, just like my games are starting at the bottom, because you don't have enough reps to make a very good game that feels good because you haven't done the same genre as you're saying. I've done different genres, or this is the first time I'm making this genre. Um, it's really, really tough to learn a new genre. I feel it every time, right? So it's not going to be very enjoyable, right? It's not about that. What was enjoyable, actually, I think the presentation is 3. It would have been 4 if you had sound effects. Again, I said it before for a different guy in this video. Make time for music or sound effects. It takes 30 minutes to an hour to edit, to find the good music, and it adds so much. It's always better than um, wrapping up or adding another spell, right? Like, I don't think this needed 2 spells, right? You probably started with like, oh, I need 7 spells, and then ended up at 2. But I would have rather have a music, right? Play sounds. That's me, maybe though. Conceptually, it's a 2. It's I don't know. It's not a tower defense. It is a tower, but you're kind of controlling directly, so it's like an arcade tower defense. It's an interesting thing. Um, you're kind of the villain of the tower. I cannot say nothing else against it because literally my game is you're a tower and you're the villain in it. So it's there. I don't see the villain though. You don't do anything really evil. Moving on. 9 people already rated, so I'll skip over that one. A little Shrek game? Heck yeah. Let's do a Shreky game. This ogre is hungry. Catch the chickens to fill the fullness bowl. And watch out for the angry farmer. Use the to move hold space. Fuck yeah. Alright. Okay. I'm eating a lot of chickens here. Shrek is eating well today. Oh, okay, let me try that. Oh, it's just in a touch. Probably shouldn't. Fancy. Oh, there's a mosquito. I can cheat this game out. away. Where's the mosquito? Fake mosquitoes. Cool. Let's rate it. Very enjoyable. Good core loop. Works. Fully understood immediately. Conceptually, nothing too. There's nothing primal about it. That's what I put in the concept as well. And then, as far as genre goes of the design, there's nothing new. There's nothing like that I was being like, oh, I'd never thought of that. But it works, like it does a good job of um, it does a good job of just kind of using 1 meter for two things. It escalates the difficulty over time. So if that goes into concept or enjoyment, for me, it goes into enjoyment. Doesn't matter as much. I think no one really cares as much. Presentation, I'll give you a 5 because this is a full package, right? From the font treatment, actually, that's well chosen for the genre, to the Shrek, to the farmer's face, which is just great. Little coops with chickens. Sound design is there. Uh, Everything was there, so that's really good. And user limitation is a 3. I think it's fine. You don't really become the villain, you're kind of the villain. Um, I don't know. It's this one is tricky. The user limitation, I think, is like if you've done something unexpected with it, it's 4. If you've done something that's like, oh my god, this is the best, it's 5. 3 is kind of the middle of the lane how people rate around here, I think. This is a great game. I Thanks for the game. Is this just another? Okay, we don't want to do another vampire. Let's play 2 more games. Whichever is rated has less ratings. I don't care about the dating games as much. These all have one. All right, let's play this one. Yeah, there's cats in it. People have cats. Games redemption. Oh shit! Why though? Oh, I see. Sorry. That's a funny way of doing it. Anyway, sorry. There's only so much I can take off a platformer with tight controls. Um, I'm not gonna give a lot of feedback on this one. Yeah, I haven't seen the rest of the game, so let me not bump you down. I'll give you an average score. Um, let's play this. This seems interesting. Collide with smaller asteroids to reduce the size of the number. Is this? Oh, what's it called? Classic game. PS. Oh, it's increasing. All right. Put smaller stones in front of me so I understand. Oh, this is not going well. Okay. Oh, oh shit! It like spun me up. Katamari Damacy is what I was thinking. Is this the same size? That's big. Man. It's really hard to see perspective-wise. Where am I? A shadow, sort of a like a laser, some sort of an indicator would really go a long way to help me out here. I love the music. It's kind of impending doom. Timing is towards the impact. I like this idea in general. Oh, I don't like the speed up of the Oh wait, place again. No, this is cool. I think this is like a good idea for a game. I would spend another 2 weeks on this if you could try to refine it. Um, I keep telling myself there's not enough burnout games anymore, and there's a reason for it, money wise. But I think in the market of small indie games, I can see a kind of a weird Wipeout, a thing, Katamari Damacy. No, is it Katamari Damacy? It is, right? I'm not making, yeah. So obviously if you're not familiar, it's kind of the
I don't know how to properly describe Katamari, but I can tell you it's fun and addictive. The game's Steam page describes it as a roll 'em up, and I think
well, new people discovering Katamari Damacy, as you can see. I think that's part of the appeal of PS era, right? Where we are in the aesthetic part of it, we're also in the gameplay part of it. It felt real, raw, retro-y at this time, and maybe that's a way for you to kind of use this as a way to make more. Yeah, I've worked in another game where you increase the speed of a ship you're flying, and you're kind of doing more and more, and then that creates time dilation and other effects. And I think there could be something there for you here as well, where you're like increasing the speed and the size, and the bigger the mass, the more you attract things. So it kind of becomes like the magnet in the Vampire Hunters or Vampire Survivors. Um, yeah, I can see this being like a good arcade game where you fly for a couple minutes, impact, um, and you build up like a meta game around it. Um, spend 2 weeks on making a prototype, feeling it out, make it a month if it still feels right, and then if you can build a game in two months total, release it for like $5 to $10. I would buy that. I mean, at a discount for $7, but I would buy that. I don't know if it would be like a level based or a run based game. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's something to it. Perfect concept art. Love it. Cool. Yeah, I think this is very enjoyable. I think the concept is strong. So I just talked about it. I think it's good concept. It's like a burnout in space, right? Plus Katamari Damacy or whatever makes you bigger as you like the whole games that came out, right? You become a bigger whole is kind of a thing. All right, presentation. Um, presentation was all right. Nothing wrong with it. There was a good music. Um, you do become a villain. I think this was like a good use of becoming a villain. You know, you're just a fucking rock and you become the villain. It didn't surprise me, but and I think the enjoyment I'm like going one lower just because I would have liked to know what I can hit, and that was just missing. This was a good game. Sorry, there is like literally a freaking mosquito. I keep forgetting I'm on the camera. Um, I swear, this freaking mosquito. No, it's gonna be my night tonight. We might have to end early. Okay, we're gonna do one more game before I have to go hunt down the freaking mosquito. Let's play this game, which it seems great minds. Yeah, let's own this. Hopefully, it's gonna be on a high note. Help me there, chicks, up and find a way to earth. Go gang. Chicks, any nice transitions. I love the Paladin squad. One day I'm gonna be able to collect my dinosaurs. Fucking collect my fucking motherfuckers. Okay. Okay. with that too. I think everyone does. It's just kind of what you learn as you move a couple gems, I guess. You start reducing the scope and you start focusing on the polish. Every gem with who you polish. Because of the experience, right? Ugh, I'm sorry. Nothing like an exciting video of a guy going through that again. Hopefully you don't as well. My only intention is to die. Not from the game. The game is great. Just anything else? Boop. I did not copy it. Oh, we're one short of 20. Oh, we should do 20. This is very enjoyable. I think conceptually it's something I've seen before. It immediately reminded me of exactly the same game. So it's just the same game in a different, no new unique idea, I think, was presented. But maybe later on, so I might be harsh for not finishing it. Sorry. Um, Presentation is great. Um, Cute, a lot of refined pieces, well put together. Um, it wasn't bam, there's something new, right? I think when there's a certain art style, like with the game that was very hand drawn and had cutesy moments in it, that's what kind of grabs me personally. Use of limitation, same as before. I think using an asteroid is a good idea for this jam. This looked interesting, but I am tired, so that's gonna do it. And I will sign off, go hunt a mosquito that's in my room here, probably on my neck somewhere. Thank you for the jam, everyone. See you out there.